welcome everybody to TantrumKnows University of Life. How y'all feeling tonight? Do an audio check to see if the audio's going, please, somebody. Y'all come in, like the stream, let me know the audio is working. There it is. Alright. So how was everybody's Valentine's Day? It's still cold out here in Ohio. It's starting to warm up a little bit though. So everything's Gucci. What's up, Splash? How you feeling? Desi, what's up? Splash, you been working a lot? Man, everybody on 2K is cheaters, bro. Like, everybody, though, everyone got a cheating device. I go back to play the game, and people are hitting half-court shots with no takeover. I'm like, wow. Desi, that was a great live you did earlier with Ellen Smiles, man. That was pretty cool. I didn't get to get the second live in all the way. I started to watch it. But it seemed like it was cool, man. Y'all had a cool little live. Desi said, already still cold over. Splash said, nah, I just been chilling. Yeah, that's all I've been doing. I've been chilling. Right now, I'm editing videos. I'm trying to take a break for a minute from this video, right, that I'm editing. It'd be a headache. Sometimes I got to step away from it. Normally, I go to the game, but like I said, I ain't been really on the game like that neither. So, just another day for me. Trying to make it happen. Trying to get ahead in life and keep networking. Trying to figure something out. I just got done finished editing this music video. I can't even show y'all because I'll get a copyright strike because it's like official rapper and he already got his stuff plugged into all the platforms, so I can't even show y'all. All I could do, he said he's gonna, when he goes to upload it, he's gonna share it to my YouTube or something. And then Desi, I meant to tell you earlier when you went live, right? It showed 2 different lives going at the same time for a minute. I was on the wrong live. You been on Call of Duty? I gotta get my settings right, and I still think I'm on voice band or something, man. I don't know what's going on with it, man. But yeah, I'm doing a reaction video to this situation that happened out in Ohio. I gotta get my YouTube up and going. I think I'm gonna stick to straight prison and helping the youth, the AI and all that other stuff. I could do that other channel, politics and all that. I could do that on the other channel. But for right now, I'm gonna just stick to teaching the little homies about how not to go to prison. Not how to survive in prison, but how not to go to that motherfucker. Because you don't want to go to that bitch. Promise y'all, you know. Splash, you're young. You're smart, though, little homie. Like, so you know better than to do no dumb stuff and go to prison or do nothing, right? You already seen my story, and I know you learned just from that. Because Hayden right there, y'all, he's actually pretty smart. Make sure y'all like the stream, please, when y'all come up in here. Hit the little like button so the algorithm goes up. Put the little hundreds. I believe that I was confused. Yeah, like it had some people going in some of your live and some going in the other, right? But all right, so all I know is that you don't want to get put in a situation where you get yourself hurt. So all I'm gonna do is from now on, all my criteria on my YouTube is gonna be about self-destruction, helping people, and showing people a better way, right? I might do a little bit of my artwork too. I might start showing people how to tattoo from scratch. Might do a couple coloring contests, you know, get the community involved and stuff like that. But I don't know how you like it. I don't even know what you're talking about because I just talked about 5 or 6 things real quick. But I know that I just want to continue to help people because when I help people, it helps me. Because you see the name Tantrum. I grew up with anger problems, right? So I recently just got a hold of both of my co-defendants from my cases in the past, right? I've only had co-defendants in one of my cases two of my cases, right? But I got a hold of them. They're all doing good in life, I guess. You know, everyone went their own way, right? But I'm trying to get everyone together, right, in the community. Like, I got a lot of homies that ain't really doing nothing in life. So if you ain't doing nothing in life, you might as well come get some money. See, some places money don't grow on trees, but right here in America, at this part of Ohio, money grows on trees. Daniel, how you doing? Happy Saturday. What's up? How you feeling? Welcome, welcome. Please like the stream when you come in, right? So all I know is when you do dumb stuff, right, you end up in messed up spots, right? I know, Joan, you probably did, man. It's messed up, man. But you're welcome here in the chat. You know, like, trolls are welcome too, because some of y'all need to hear this stuff, right? Like, some of y'all gonna play with fire and get yourself burnt. Y'all just don't know, you know what I'm saying? So let this be your entertainment for the night, you know? Click on, click off, hit the like button. I don't know what to tell you, man. All the troll stuff, that don't bother me. There's nothing you could possibly say to get me out my hookup, little homie. I'm sitting here trying to teach little homies how not to be a retard, and here you come saying some retarded stuff. Don't you feel like the smart one in the chat, right? So, anyways, like I was saying, right, after doing 15 years incarcerated and learning how to tattoo and stuff, I want to come out and I want to teach. I'm going to buy like 3 different tattoo sets, right? I already got an extra one. So I'm going to buy 2 more. And I'm about to start teaching the little homies how to tattoo so they can survive out here on these streets. They don't need to be out here doing all the weird stuff, right? You got to think about the police ain't getting no dumber. They got cameras everywhere. AI is taking control of just about everything. The control is there. So, therefore, you got to teach the little homies how to do and move better, right? So, I'm going to be doing a lot of artwork. And then, Desi, on them collabs, what do you got to do? Just hit the collab button? And just, is there a limit how many people you can invite? Or is it like just one person? Cause that's the one thing I haven't did. I be real cautious of who I put on my YouTube with me, right? I be doing background checks and all that shit. I don't want to just be on YouTube with just anybody, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we got a good community. We actually got a strong community. Hell, I'm like the weak link because I don't be on here like this, right? Only one with YouTube, right? So, like, when you go live, like, do you hit the collab button and then you put their name in it and then you just press live and then where do you send the link to, though? You copy the link down and you send it to where? That's what I was wondering. I mean, I can figure all this out, but since you're here in the chat, you might as well teach me something. Usually I'm doing the teaching, but the best thing for the teacher to do is to learn so he could continue to teach. Man, you be up all day too, Desi. I just thought about that, man. Right. It knows who you message. Okay. For sure. All right, that's cool. That's a blessing too. So this is what I normally do at night, right? So I'm up right now. I'm editing my videos, right? Then when I get bored, I come up over here and I play my game. Look at my spoiled dog. Look at him, y'all. He's mad. He's mad. The little dude is pissed off right now, right? And then I pulled out my art set, right? I got all kinds of art and paintings and stuff. You know how Joan Junk Journal be having their stuff. Tracy, how you doing today? Tracy Local Learning, welcome, welcome. Crystal's World, welcome, welcome. Right? So I pulled out all my art stuff because they be doing their little art stuff. So I could do my art stuff too, right? I use Prismacolor pencils, right? Crystal said, how are you? I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Alive. Not sick. It seems like everyone else in the house is sick. I'm not sick. I don't really get sick too much. But when I do, I get real sick. But yeah, I be like a little kid with these colored pencils, like Prisma, right? These colored pencils right here, they're like $1 a pop. And if you drop them, the lead breaks and stuff, right? Man, I went on a spree and I went and bought like $500 worth of like just colored pencils. And it's cool because I'm gonna use them and I'm gonna have a coloring contest, right? And I could use ChatGPT to make like a little quick coloring book. And then I could go hand out colors and colored pencils and colors and stuff and have the little homies draw and color on them and then give them rewards and stuff because that's what I want them to do to get their mind off the streets and stuff like that. And so when they do different things other than go hang out on the block with their homies, things work out a little bit better. So when I teach them how to do stuff like that, then next know after I get them done coloring, then I can show them how to tattoo. And next you know, I have a whole little tribe of tattoo artists going around the whole city, but responsible too, right? Crystal said, awesome. How was y'all's Valentine's Day? Did y'all do anything? Was there anything special going on? Tracy, do they got Valentine's Day today in Canada? I never thought about that, right? You know, when I got to Ohio, they had something called Swedish Day. I didn't know what they was talking about. Like, man, what is a Swedish Day? They're like, it's like a Valentine's for dudes. I'm like, oh yeah, I like that. Crystal be getting it in. Crystal's smart though, because even if she's tired, she'll go live and she'll just turn her camera off. So she could be laying there in bed, just chopping it up, half sleep. You know what I'm saying? Looking like a hot mess if she went to it, don't even matter. I thought about that. I'm like, hey, I could just wake up in the morning like I woke up like this, y'all. Hit the live, get to going. But nah, like, so YouTube is changed a lot. So with the AI, I can't do my videos all the way with AI. I got to explain more. And a lot of the people that I need to explain this stuff to don't be on YouTube. It'd be like the little homies I'm tattooing. And then I can't really put them on YouTube because they got actually signed contracts to be on YouTube. Or I could get sued if they want to take it off or copyright strikes. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that could happen. So I had to switch my niche up. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to do all self-destruction. I'm going to find videos that reminds me of things that happened to me in the past. So y'all can see how serious that the things that I've been through, right? So like most y'all that's in the community wouldn't even like the person I was 20 years ago, right? Like I promise y'all ever seen the movie Colors? Boys in the Hood? Like, man, I was a super gangbanger, like, and I snapped out of it. I seen the bigger picture. That's with everything though, right? I feel like we're being lied to about everything. And I keep saying it and I don't want to keep saying it. But with religion, politics, he's white, he's black, he's from Africa, he's Asian, he's Russian. All this is weird to me, man. So as I get older and older, maybe I'm becoming more weird because the more education I get, the more I don't want to be around circles. Like I'll be in a room, for example, with like 12 people and everyone will be talking and it'll be the homies and stuff, right? Not to talk down on the homies or nothing, but I will be wanting to get the hell the freak up out of there ASAP because not saying that I'm better than no one. It's just when I hear people say dumbass conversations and everyone in the room's laughing and stuff, I'm like, oh man, like this just can't be real, right? Desi said our second live was incredible, too many people, so Valentine's is overrated. Not much going on down this time around. Yeah, I bet for sure. This is late night too. It'd be late. So I was just taking a break from editing my video. I could show y'all a sneak peek though. right? And then maybe y'all can tell me what y'all think, because this is some real stuff right here, y'all. Like, I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this situation. Hold on. Let's see. Whoops, hold on. I can't hold it sideways. That's right. Hold on. Let me go like this. Boom. Oh, hold on. I gotta get the volume because I was editing. Y'all ain't gonna be able to hear because I had the volume, right? So anyways, in this video, dude, he's been down in the Supermax for 14 years. And right now he's asking for a white shirt, which is considered a lieutenant or a sergeant. The person recording is a body cam of a female correctional officer, right? And she was talking to him very disrespectful. They were searching his cell. So what he was trying to do is he was trying to tell the lady, like, look, I ain't never had a jack ticket, which means he ain't did no weird stuff to no female correctional officer. He ain't been in no trouble, to please leave him alone, right? That he noticed that she had came around the chair earlier and she turned around thinking someone made a comment, and now she's coming back to tear his room up, and he's asking for her to please just leave him alone. So she told him, I don't know what you're talking about, step the F off, right? And so right now he's pointing like he's in boundaries because there's a line. And she tells him she don't give a F about the line to get the heck on, right? So he's like, please, lady, I'm just trying to have a better day. Y'all see the audio. I'm in the middle of making it, right? So she's telling him to turn around and cuff up, right? And he's like, he didn't do nothing wrong, so he's asking her why. So, all right, so anyone that's been in some real situation, he keeps saying, please, ma'am, please, like, please just leave me alone. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Anyone that's been in a real situation knows when someone's saying, please don't do it, please leave me alone, please leave me alone, that means if you don't leave me alone, it's about to get real, right? So tell me if y'all think this was justified. Now, this just went viral, right? So she ends up macing him. And it goes from there, right? I don't like to promote violence, but I want to show y'all what happens in the maximum security. This is the state penitentiary in Trumbull, Ohio. Now, if you want to hear the sound effects tonight, you could go to X and listen to all that, or you could wait till the video comes out. Make sure you like the stream, please. And like I said, I don't want to promote violence, so I'm going to turn it away because right there, I'm going to have to edit out a couple of things. But basically, I went through a similar situation, right? I went through a situation where, all right, so in the state penitentiary, you're not allowed, you get an ID, right? And you use that ID to get your meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So that way they know that they fed you. You can't get more than twice and get back in line because there's thousands of inmates, right? It's just like a high school cafeteria, right? So I was lazy. I don't like to go to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I pay people to bring my chicken bag or fry my food, whatever, because I was hustling. I did tattoos, and that was good enough to do what you had to do, right? So dude gets caught with my ID, and the police takes the ID at the chow hall. So he comes back and he wakes me up and said, man, they took your ID. So I shoot to the front of the dorm. I tell the COs at the time. So this is how I remember this, right? Because this was years ago, right? And the COs was Forte, and I tell CO Forte, like, look, they took my ID. Can I shoot down the chow hall, grab my ID? So when I shoot down there, dude says, look, man, you ain't supposed to let no one use your ID. I should rip it up and make you go buy a new one. So instead of arguing with the CO, I tell the CO, all right, look, man, go on, you could throw that in the trash and I will buy another one. Have a good day. And I turned around and I start walking away. And the CO said, hey, you stop right there. and he came up to me and he told me to put my arms up for a search. And when I put my arms up so he could do a body search, he took his knuckle and on the side of my ribs, he started going like that. So when I flinched on the camera, it looked like I was resisting. So boom, next know, me and the COs get to fighting. They hit the body alarm, and then they pulled me to a blind spot on the way to the hole, and they got their little punches back, basically, you know what I mean? So that video right there, it really shows some emotional stuff, and the sound effects is really crazy. And I know a lot of people, especially in my community, don't like to see stuff like that, like this, but it's important for me to show my youth because they're out here with guns and AR-50s, AR-57, AR-47s and crazy grenade launchers. And man, these little dudes got some crazy stuff out here and they don't care about going to prison. But what they don't realize is when they get to prison, they're going to need that AR 20 times more than they're going to need it on the streets. So they might as well stay on the streets. So I make these videos to show people what happens. You know, that dude that you just seen, that him and his friend went in the store to rob a store, and the store clerk killed his friend. So when something like that happens, he got charged for the murder, and they gave him 32 years. So that dude was already doing 32 years of his life incarcerated, and he was down 14, and the CEO, correctional lady officer, came barking up the tree that day, and I guess he was having a mental breakdown, or maybe she was wrong. I'm not gonna point blame. You know, my channel, I try to stay biased, but one thing for sure, I know from experience that they don't treat us right, right? There's good cops and there's crooked cops. There's good teachers, there's crooked teachers, etc., right? Good gang members, bad gang members, right? I know that's hard to believe, but there is a lot of good homies that's out here teaching, right? So, I don't know. That's just a couple things that I'm doing right now. I'm working on a couple different projects. Yeah, I try to stay unbiased. And if I see something that don't make sense to me, I'll look it up and I'll have the computer explain to me, and I'll educate myself more on that. Man, I had a whole chat with the computer and the thing was muted, right? Or that would have been a good thing for me to just upload. So I think I'm going to start doing educational things with the computer so y'all can know what's going on. You know what I mean? Because, like, I know a lot of people don't like AI, but think about the AI that they're giving us ain't nothing compared to what they got behind closed doors, right? If you look it up, right, there's over 13,000 people that got $1 billion plus, right? So these billionaires, they're playing games left and right, right? People think, oh, Democrat, Republican, left, right, right? So think about this, right? When President George Bush ran against Kerry, right, everyone was thinking Republican versus Democrat, but the whole time, they both went to Yale and they both belonged to the secret society of Skull and Bones. So it didn't matter if the Democrat or the Republican won, same party. You get it? You know what I mean? Baby G's, what units you hit? Well, all right, so look, I've been to Belmont, right? I've been to Belmont 4 times. I was in Lorraine 4 times. And then I did a lot of federal time. But yeah, I've been to maximum security, like right under Supermax. So if you Google what's the worst prison in the United States of America, where the most dangerous gang member criminals are at, like where people are getting stabbed up left and right, it's gonna tell you USP Florence, right? ADX Florence, I mean, right? But that's not true, because in ADX Florence, you're in your cell 24 hours a day. The only one's gonna get you is the police. So imagine being right under ADX, where everyone got 2 or 3 life sentences and they don't care, right? So that's the thing you gotta think about, right? And so when I make these little videos and stuff, like the prison videos and stuff, it ain't for me. I don't care about being monetized like that. I want to get the message out. right? The couple dollars on YouTube that I would have to work real hard for all month. You know what I'm saying? On YouTube, I make in one day doing a tattoo. So it definitely ain't about the money. And I'm not doing it for the fun of it. I don't brag about the things I've been through. I try to teach the little homies like, look, I just came out this fire. You're running head first towards it. Man, change it up or you're going to be in that burning. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it like that, but I got to be real and more blunt with these kids, right? The kids ain't babies. They know more than, they got more technology than we did when we were their age. They, man, the grandbaby's 13 tomorrow. She be teaching me stuff. Wow, crazy. But it's just a certain way you got to come at certain people, y'all. And so I got a way where I could go just about anywhere I got to go. There's always going to be someone that stereotypes, right? So, oh well. I should switch my real name to Tantrum. What y'all think? So when I go meet these politicians, they ask me what my name is. I say my name is Tantrum. How you doing? They're going to look at me like I'm crazy, right? Till they hear my story, then it'll be crazy, right? See, most people, they start off and that where I'm from, and they just are raised not to like the police, right? I actually had a reason not to like the police. My mom was raped by a cop, and then the cop killed himself, right? So that's my first experience to know who the cops were, right? So, I can't even find the files. I'm going to have to call the police department to get the files, to get the case, because I wrote a book, and that's going to go in my book. The why and the why I don't trust the police, right? There's good men and there's bad men everywhere, right? I don't really trust nobody. If y'all been through the things that I've been through, it's hard to trust my own thinking sometimes, man. We used to always make a joke about it. Man, how can I trust you if I can't even trust myself? And I don't know what the hell's about to happen. The world's changing. We got bombers in Iran. It's going down. We got Trump bullying the whole world. And YouTube is going at all-time high speed. So many uploads. I don't know. I just know that people like, for example, Tracy, man. I've been riding with Tracy for a while. Tracy's crazy. Like, 1 minute, we in different sides of the maps. But there's a couple people that I used to watch with Tracy that I unsubscribed to. There's a lot of people that I unsubscribe to. There's only certain people that I got the energy to keep up with anymore, right? So my energy's got to be focused on other things right now. Things that I didn't learn, right? Things that will get me ahead in life so I can help more and more people. The more and more people I can help, the more and more youth will attract to want to change, right? There's still a lot of youth right now that they look up to me. And I'm like thinking in my head, like, who am I to look up to, right? But then I look back at all the stories that people used to say, oh, I heard about you and this and that. And I'd be like, wow, that's crazy. Doesn't sell, it is a set. If a book about failures doesn't sell, is it a success? Hey, that's funny. I like that, man. Yeah, that's raw, right? But so, look, the thing with me, right, is I'm so creative, homie. I can make my own book. Right now, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, right? I can make my own book by 7 o'clock in the morning, shoot down to the spot and get it printed out. And I'm in a city where I tattoo the whole city, bro. People will just buy books just because it's me. Right? I sell candles, books, tattoos. Man, I'm a hustler, homie. I came from the gutter, G. Like, I was the type of person that if you needed some weed, I was going to get you some weed. If you wanted some coke, I was going to get you some coke. If you wanted a poodle, I was going to go find you that poodle, little homie. But guess what? It's not even worth the energy. You got to switch your life up, and you got to be a thinker, right? So I switched it up, and I started thinking, and guess what? That's when you start making real money, right? It ain't about being tough and gangster. You know what I'm saying? A real street motherfucker is gonna stay on the street. They're not gonna keep getting locked up. So, I don't know, man. Life is crazy, right? But make sure y'all like the stream. You know, it's a little late night chat, man. I like when little trolls come in, and I like when people got serious questions, though, right? But I like that, though. That's good thinking, Dusky. I like that comment. But it's crazy because my books will sell regardless. I might not make millions off a book, and I don't need to make millions. You ain't gotta be the best at anything to succeed, homie. Right? I can show you, Dusky. I can show you how to draw from wherever you're at right now. I could FaceTime you and show you how to draw and tattoo within 2 weeks and have you making money, little homie. People don't be ready for that. They be scared. Then they want to come in and try to troll. But they be the ones that be scared for real. It'd be crazy though. I give it to a lot of people in our community, right? There's a lot of people in our YouTube community right now getting paid. And when you look it up. Not that many people get paid on YouTube. And so there's a whole bunch of ways I could get paid. I could pay a homie every day, a group of homies to come over here and dance for an hour straight for my whole life. And get a whole bunch of subscribers and just dumb the whole world down, right? Because that's what it seems like people like, dumbness. Dumb. So I'm not going to do that because that ain't me. That ain't how I get down with the get down. What I try to look for is real authentic people that know how to use their head or want to try to learn how to use their head and make some money. Desi said, only need to reach a few people, then the rest is what it is. Oh yeah, for sure, right? And if I go live on Facebook right now, like say I went live on Facebook, right? Man, there would be so many people trying to get tatted right now. I'll come right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could probably even show you. I even got messages I didn't even answer. I didn't even had time to answer my messages to make more money. Now that sounds like some arrogant stuff, and I don't want to be like that, right? I swear I don't. But look, whoops, I don't want to click on people's personal messages. I just clicked on one, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 8 messages I haven't answered right at the moment, right? Only 8. Sometimes there'll be 30. I gotta stay up on it. That's how the business runs, right? And if I get 2 or 3 other little homies to start tattooing, then their little homies will come get tatted. And then they got to hear my speech about self-destruction. So somewhere down the line, I am planting seeds whether people know it or not, right? Because even if you're a street little homie and you're a ride or die, gang banging, whatever, you still don't want to be no dummy. Nobody wants to be a dummy, right? Raise your hand in the chat. Type a 1 in the chat if you want to be a dummy. I bet I don't see no ones. Like, but I don't know, man. Life is crazy. The world's getting ready to change. Like I said, Iran, they got bunkers that are miles under the ground. They're preparing. Who knows what Donald Trump's doing? I can't seem to figure my niche out because I'm too educated in too many topics, right? I could just turn the camera on and get to talking, right? I should get a group of little homies here and just entertain. So y'all see how I talk to them. I have to have them sign little papers and stuff, contract papers and stuff, but I don't know. I want to show y'all the sneak peek of the music video I did, bro. Desi, bro, if you seen this music video, all right, so Scream 7 comes out on February 28th. So I was trying to tell the homie to drop it because it's a scream rap video, and there's 5 or 6 of the homies in that joint actually, and they're rapping. And one of the homies, right, he's one of the most famous Crips right now in LA. He just knocked somebody out, the homie C-Boy, right? He from 40s, somewhere in 40s, right out of LA, right? So I'm trying to do a live music video for different people, right? I got homies in Cleveland. We got the Blue Tang kicking off, Wu Tang kicking off. You know what I'm saying, trying to get some stuff for Davies. Mozzie, the little homie Holy Perk, man. If Holy gets out here, man, Holy subscribe to the channel. If y'all look up, it's Holy. Little homie just did a song with Davies. That's my little 2K homie. Splash was just on here. Splash be playing. My other little homie, he be playing the game with Kevin Hart. I'm too bipolar, bro. I'm like the superstar that needs the ball every trip down the court. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, music videos. Right, hold on. I can show you what it looks like, right? I'm gonna mute it out. Hold on, look, I'll show you what it looks like. Let me see. All right, look, hold on, Dad. Hold on, I gotta turn this down. Yeah, I had to turn it down. So, whoops. I don't want to show too much of it, but see the Scream characters, right? And then there's like a couple official rappers on here, right? But we'll skip it around. Now, I'm gonna show y'all the official video of it because I'm not gonna do that. For sure. I don't wanna get cussed out. Plus, you know what I'm saying, you get copyright strike for all that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I created it, you know what I'm saying, I didn't do the vocals, and the vocals is what they get paid off of. So that's why I try to teach people too, right? That you don't have to be the camera in front of the camera, right? Once you get your team together, you could be behind the scene doing the audio. You could be the cameraman. You know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of other. You could be the promoter, the treasurer. You know, there's always the president and the vice president. You feel me? Oh man, this joint be crazy, bro. Hold on, let me see. Check out my dog again. That little dude he over there watching Tom and Jerry, bro. Tom and Jerry. Old school Tom and Jerry stuff, Desi. That ain't the old school Tom and Jerry, though, I don't think. There's 2 of them I be playing. Hey, you know what I was thinking, man? You could do Collins, Desi. You could do Collins. That's what I was thinking about doing. Collins, right? Do a collab and then Collins, and when people talk about stuff, then you can react to what they're talking about, right? So, like, if your community and my community and we go live at the right time, which would have to be like at 7 or 6 at like your time, the time that you normally go live is the times I should be going live for real. Or Luciana, my video analytics say I'm supposed to be going live about 8 o'clock, between 8:30. That's when most of my people are on YouTube. But I don't know, man. I was just trying to touch bases with the people. I ain't gonna stay too much longer, you know. I know that the whole hour thing's supposed to matter, but I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Cause I ain't got really much else to talk about. I was just bored coming out here, seeing what y'all was into, right? Yeah, but I look. So I got my one phone number, bro. I've had the same phone number, right, for almost 10 years, and Hell, I just don't answer numbers. I don't know. So if I go live, I will answer numbers I don't know, and then when I'm not live, I just boom. And then I got my iPhone, the one like I'm recording now. So I got this phone, that's my Android, and then I got my iPhone. So I could really just boom I could go live on the computer, right? I could check the analytics to this and then go live again here in about maybe 25 minutes on the computer just to see how the analytics go up on this one. Because what I want to do is I want to test some things, right? So check this out. Desi, maybe you could try this, right? Now, I'm not telling you to try this, right? But I noticed that, you're not really supposed to drop like 4 videos at the same time, right? But I noticed, right, if I drop 4 videos at the same time, one of them always takes off and the other 3 don't, right? And so say one of them gets maybe 2,000 views, right? And none of the other ones get like 15 views a pop, right? They don't even take off, right? Or I can upload them one at a time and only get like 35 to 60 views at the time moment for my long form, right? Which is wah, wah, right? And then look, so when they say look at your video analytics, right? So if 15 people watch your video and you got, let's just say, I think the video I was looking at was like the 35-minute video, right? And most people drop off at 3 minutes. Well, the 15 people that watched, out of the 15 people that watched, right, 7 of them made a comment. So that tells me that they either watched longer and the other people just clicked on and clicked off, or people aren't even really watching it and they just be faking, bro. So either way, I don't even care. Like I said, it ain't even about the money to me. People be like, well, unless I'm making like 20 racks a month off of YouTube, then for sure, for sure. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm hustling hella hard and making all kinds of videos, and at the end of the day, I'm only getting 700 to 800, if that, I'm cool with that. Like, eventually it will come. I'm not going to rush that. I'm not going to stress that. I'm not going to overwork myself. None of that shit to get to that. Because I'm cool with that. But the goal is to reach as many people as I can so they don't go through the things that I went through. And basically, even if it's a correctional officer or a cop or somebody might see this that's an asshole, knows what they're doing but treats people like shit, maybe they need to hear this too, Like, you gotta treat people like people. It don't matter your religion or your color or your race. People are, man, I see demons everywhere, bro. I see demons everywhere. I see protesting demons. I see police demons. It's out of control. Yeah, I figured that YouTube sequence 1 out of 4 get promoted. Well, yeah, I noticed that, bro. Like, so for example, right? I took a Marilyn Manson video and I chopped it up to 4 different chapters and I uploaded them all at the same time, right? And only one of them took off. And then I did the same thing with this one big buff dude, right? I forgot his name, but he was from I think Trinidad or something like that. And I chopped his up to 4 different videos and I uploaded and one of them took off, right? So when you put 2 or 4 at the same time, usually one of them takes off, right? So you kind of got to sacrifice. So then we're not famous, right? So you could always delete them videos and like re-edit them and re-upload them. You know what I mean? Like, I know it says don't re-upload. Just switch the title, switch the time length, throw a little bling in there and re-upload it. You know what I mean? So, all right, Des, I'm about to get off here. I appreciate everyone that stopped through. If you're coming back watching live, make sure you like the live. Let me know what y'all did for Valentine's Day, if y'all did anything. Wish everybody success in life. And tomorrow is the grandbaby's birthday. She'll be 13. Same art, same song when video goes hard. For sure, bro. I get it. So it's just testing the algorithm. The algorithm's getting smarter and smarter. And YouTube's got notches where they turn it up and turn it down. You just never know who's behind that wheel. It's like what is it? Wizard of Oz. You never know who's behind that curtain. But all right, bro. Peace, Desi, man. You have a blessed night, homie. Everyone else in the chat, everyone, stay blessed, stay prayed up, and have a beautiful morning or night wherever you're at. Peace.